So the National School Nutrition Program wants the current service providers in KZN scrutinised. The association is alleging that a tender has been rigged to benefit allies of KZN Education MEC. Sipho Hlomuka will joining us as the chairperson of the NSNP Service Providers Association, Mr. Lindani Matiwane. Thank you so much for joining us, sir, and an absolute pleasure having you on the discussion. So, this is an incredibly important allegation in the sense that we're talking about feeding vulnerable children, in fact, the most vulnerable in the province. Perhaps you can talk to me about your understanding of the allegations that have been put forward. Mr. Matiwane, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, talk to me, sir, about the allegations that have been put forward on concerns on the tender processing of the nutrition program in KZN.
Thank you for having me. What has transpired lately is the fact that the tender was actually advertised, and we went and fill in the documents as we should do, and the process was continued with, and just last week Friday it was awarded, and up to our surprise, when we're checking on the list of those companies who were awarded, we only to find that companies that were awarded are companies that did not submit or bring back their documents in time. How do we know that? There was a list which is called a closing list that was submitted after we have submitted our documents, and those companies who are awarded do not appear on that closing list. So automatically that raises questions in terms of how do they appear as the ones that have been awarded, yet they did not attend the necessary procedures that they should have attended to. So that was step number one.
Yeah, and take me to step number two then, because obviously you would then have raised these issues, say with the Department of Education. Was that the next step that you took?
Step number two was the fact that when we did some investigations on quite a few, we could find out that some of those companies that were awarded were actually registered on Sipho on the 5th of June, when the process has already been completed. It's a mystery how is that happening. And just to mention a single event, but it's quite a few of events, in such a way that there are even companies from Limpopo, companies from Eastern Cape, Gauteng, and so on. So it's raising questions in terms of what was the procedure this time around.
Yeah.
In fact, all what we are asking for is the procedure. That was the one that we were told that is written on a document, or it was another, or it was something else different.
So you say that some of these businesses, when you check when they were registered, some of them registered after the tendering process was completed. So I'm trying to understand where the tendering process was at the point where you saw where some of these businesses had only been registered at that point.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, that those companies, if you can check as well for yourself as it is right now, you will find out that from Sipho, they've only been registered on the 6th of June. And some of the companies which were awarded, they are not even registered on Sipho. So it means they are the ghost companies that do not exist.
Who do you point the finger at, Mr. Matiwane? Who needs to be following up on some of the allegations that you're putting forward?
Well, it's not for me to say, but in such instances, obviously there is a leader of the program, someone who's an accounting officer, who should account and tell us exactly what transpired and how did they do the process up until this far.
Yeah. Is it the view that of the NSNP Association that those that are benefiting, you believe, have links to the MEC?
Even if it was not, but the evidence is actually pointing at that direction, because if you tend to look and investigate and check, all that have appeared, they seem to have a connection, one or two. So you can't ignore that.
Have you taken these issues to the office of the KZN Education MEC, Sipho Hlomuka?
Well, I don't think procedurally we need to do that. We can't complain to a perpetrator or to a culprit about our issues. So we need to go somewhere else and complain there. In this instance, that is Treasury's office. And I have to highlight the fact that I'm very pleased and happy about the response of the MEC for Treasury at the moment, that he has opened the doors and gate for us to come and deliver our concerns and issues, and they will listen to them, and together with our evidence.
Yeah, you've got, for instance, the spokesperson of the KZN Department of Education, Muzima Hlambi, who's quoted in one publication as having said that what was published, and I imagine this is the list that you are talking about, was released on Friday. He says was an intention to award, which is part of the process in terms of the bidding procedure. What do you say to that?
Yes, it is, and that list will never change. So those people that were intended to be awarded are the ones who are going to be awarded. There will never be a situation whereby there will be another companies. Then that will be a mystery altogether again. It will be something else that has never happened before. So what they are doing exactly what is procedural, that they have gazetted, to begin with, they've gazetted that list, and just before they published it on their website. So it's a legal document that is there. It will never change.
The reality is, for anyone who's watching this conversation, Mr. Matiwane, they may very well, be keen to hear about the back and forth on who gets the tender to feed our most vulnerable children. But at the end of the day, what they want to know is the children will get fed. Is that a concern, that the money that is meant to be sent to feed our children is simply not going to get to them?
What I can assure you and promise at the present moment is, for the next 6 to 8 months, learners will be fed, guaranteed. That I can assure you with, because we are still having our contract that will expire at the end of March next year. So there is nothing that is going to disturb the feeding process. That I can assure you.
Okay. Are you going to be taking these matters up? I believe you're looking to hand the matter over to Treasury.
Definitely. Make no mistake about it.
I just want you to say exactly where. So you say KZN Treasury, and what is it that you want to see them do?
I want them to investigate and tell us exactly what are the proper ways of conducting the process of tender. Is this a legal or authorized way that it has been done? Does it mean we can tender with an inactive and invalid companies? Is it legit? It's something that we want to know.
Yeah. Well, we'll be looking at the process closely, and of course we'll be reaching out to the KZN Department of Education to get their side of things. But thank you so much for speaking to us. So that the chairperson of the NSNP Service Providers Association, Lindani Matiwane. You're still watching Newsfeed PM, the late edition. We're back in a moment.